The internet has decided Supergirl is super shit. It was pretty bad, fair take on it, probably the most deficient review I've seen so far.
Okay.
Look, I'm not one to judge a movie too harshly, but honestly, I don't remember the last time I was looking forward to a movie being over. Oh yeah, right, that's when. It's not that Supergirl was horrible, it just never really seemed to get out of second gear. Things happen, that's basically it. They keep happening to Kara, and Child, and Dog, and we are just there for the ride. I didn't hate Supergirl at all. I didn't love it, nor was it near as good as Superman. Case in point though, no one loved this movie. Was it the worst superhero movie anyone has ever seen? Probably not when movies like this exist. But somehow, this train wreck still outperformed Supergirl at the box office opening weekend. And sure, money isn't everything, but this movie cost $170 million mushroom dollars. For that price, the Snyder Bros deserved better than mediocre cinema. So here's the actual question. Did Supergirl flop because the internet decided Milly was too ugly for the role of Kara before the movie even came out? No. But that doesn't stop Milly from waking up every morning and the internet just saying hell nah to her face over and over again.
Have you seen the—
She's objectively ugly. She has that trailer trash look about her face that unmistakably reeks of Southern style cousin lovin'.
I like David, he's hot.
Checks out. Imagine if someone said that they couldn't enjoy Breaking Bad because Bryan Cranston doesn't look fuckable enough. I haven't seen Breaking Bad for that exact reason. And let's be honest for a second, her face isn't actually why people aren't watching this movie. That's just where they're pointing their anger.
Okay.
Sure, we can look at this pic, and this one, and these two, and we will, but that's not actually what this is all about. No, it's so much more simpler than that. This movie was arse. Now, I'm not saying there's a right or wrong way to promote a movie, but no, that's exactly what I'm saying. There's definitely a right way and a wrong way to promote your movie, and it's not by speedrunning your own cancellation.
In honor of Pride Month, as I'm getting all these questions, I think that what makes this film so beautiful is that it's not centered around a man, it's not centered around love at all.
Milly, you really be working overtime to give the internet something to talk about. We are in a superhero fatigue era. Sir Flibble shooting threes with his replies. It's not fatigue, it's normalization. Good movies still make money. Well-marketed movies still make money.
Okay.
Making a superhero movie is not an automatic moneymaker anymore. And honestly, just because a big studio throws a cape on an actor doesn't automatically mean people should buy a ticket to watch it. Am I crazy for liking Supergirl? Yes. So just why is Supergirl such a mess? Let's start with the cream of the crop, creme of the Yellow Hills. Good villains are calculated, menacing, and have goals of their own. Do we get that with Creme? No. His whole deal is he has a face full of piercings and an all-male crew. Man only wants women to expand his numbers. Nice. And unlike in the comics, he isn't even a ginger, which is somehow the most interesting part about Creme. Not the part about him being a ginger, but that this budget villain is actually featured in a comic book and wasn't entirely made up for this film. Kara killing Creme was an insane choice, and in nearly every way doesn't work with what the film was trying to say. True, but honestly, I'm kind of glad Kara killed Creme. He was a useless villain that had no place surviving this movie, let alone being the main villain in this $170 million cinema pick. You might not be a killer Supergirl, but no, you definitely are a killer, and it's a good thing.
It's a good thing.
And it's not just that Creme's motives were non-existent other than for the love of the sport. But I genuinely saw better acting out of Stick Groot than I did Creme. Hot take. Outside of the design, I don't think he was that bad of a villain. I liked that he was just this irredeemable monster. Hot take for sure. But the problem here isn't that he's an irredeemable monster. He's just generic and bland. That's it. Speaking of generic and bland, meet Ruth of House Knoll. I get that Ruth is a part of the Woman of Tomorrow comic, but the movie would have worked just as well if Kara carried the story solo. Would it have been Woman of Tomorrow? No, but it isn't Woman of Tomorrow either way. Just ask the writers. The Supergirl movie didn't need Lobo. Nah, more like it didn't need a Ruthie. And I don't really get the hate for Jason Momoa playing Jason Momoa in Supergirl. He spent all of his 15 minutes being grim, edgy Laboa from the comics. At least he had something going for him. Looking at you, Creme. Which finally brings us to the only other character in this movie worth mentioning. Sorry, Crypto. The titular character, Supergirl.
Say that again?
Milly was great as Kara. In the hands of better writers, I'm sure she will soar. Milly is a fantastic Supergirl. Milly was born to play Kara. Her acting is great. Best part of the movie is Milly, but everything else is so lackluster and just a mess. Look, I didn't hate Milly as Supergirl. I'm just not so sure she deserves as much credit as she's getting for her performance either. I wanted to like this movie. Hell, I wanted to love it. I wanted this whole video to be about how a great movie can overcome a mediocre press tour, but that's not what we got. So it's difficult to praise the main character in a movie for being one of the better parts of something this messy. Do I buy her as Kara? Yep, sure. I'm excited for what's next for her, but based on what I've seen alone, I'm not ready to hand her any credit for this movie. Now, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to not watch my video on the internet's weirdest crush or, subscribe.